Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is the last day of the Sephora sale and I really wanted to get this video up for you guys just in case you wanted to see how some of the products I've hauled in my last two haul videos look on the skin, how they perform, all of that stuff that you probably would want to know before you purchase. So we're gonna dive into it. We have a lot of new products. I'm excited. This is my first video I'm filming with my new little Christmas tree. I went a little bit ham this past weekend on Christmas decor and I was like, let me get a tree for this room. The theme that I went with is kind of like Candyland, I guess. I just saw these cute little ornaments. They had like, look at it, it's so cute. Like there's just so many cute little ornaments of candy and I was like, I have to get this. I'm so excited. It's so cute. It's so cute. We are going to start off with the eyes because I'm very anxious to get this palette on my eyes. I may have placed one more Sephora order of just this product. This is the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. This is a product that I really contemplated getting throughout the whole sale because I've seen so many mixed reviews. Like when I tell you the reviews are mixed, they are mixed. I was so on the fence about this, but you know, I thought about it. I was like, a lot of people felt the exact same way with the Blurring Balm powder. The reviews were so mixed, and I think I saw a lot more negative reviews than positive reviews. And that was a product I had to get for myself to try it out for myself. And I felt like this probably was one of those products from Danessa where I needed to get it for myself and try it out for myself. So this is what the packaging looks like. Very luxe, very big and very heavy. We have the shades in the inside. When I was standing in line to buy this palette, the Sephora employee was like, that is a must-have. And I was like, is it really? He was like, I use this palette on all of my clients. And I was like, huh. You're a makeup artist, so it makes sense. For an everyday makeup lover, enthusiast, is this gonna be something I would wanna reach for? So we're gonna find out. Like some of the shades have like some crystallization on here, and I feel like I've seen people talk about this. It's very interesting that they have that on some of these shades. I've seen a lot of people have that on theirs, but it's different shades that I've seen that theirs has it, so I don't really know what's the deal with that. I'm still gonna try it out because I'm very curious about this palette. So this palette comes with two different formulas. The bigger pan is the Velvet Pomade. It's a hybrid formula that shapes, fills, and defines all areas of the face with a fallout-free application. And then the smaller pan is the Shape and Fix powder, which has Upsolite, which helps to blend and set. Now, Upsolite is a type of technology that she uses in a lot of her products now, which I really, really love because it helps to control the oils. I don't have a tacky primer. I feel like a tacky primer probably would be the best thing to go in with, but I don't have one. I'm just going to use my Too Faced Shadow Insurance. This is what I always use. I'm gonna start off with this shade right here called Harvest. And I'm gonna start with I'm gonna just take a light hand of the Velvet Pomade, which is the more creamy one. I just tugged my finger in that shade, which shows you that it is definitely a cream to powder formula. I'm gonna use this as a transition shade. It's actually a really pretty color. And I'm just taking a light hand because it is a cream to powder shade. So I don't want to go too ham with my brush. It's definitely working and blending out very nicely. Very shocked. I did go in with a very light hand. I'm just tapping my brush in here. Like literally a tap and then blending it. Because once you put it on the eye and you blend it out, it is a cream to powder formula. So it's very easy to blend so far. At least this shade. Now, I will say it actually took me about 8 layers on both eyes to get the color to be built up like this. So if you're in a rush, I don't know if you're going to want to take the time to build up 8 layers to get this shade to show up. Of course, you can go into one of these deeper shades to add a little bit more depth. But for me, I wanted to stick with this shade because I liked the undertone of it. But I am going to go ahead and start to deepen up this look. So I'm going to go into this shade called Bark. Still working with that Velvet Pomade. And I'm just going to put this on the outer corner. Now, I'm hoping that since this shade is a lot deeper, that I won't have to build it up as much. But I'm just keeping this shade in the outer corner. And I'm going to get a new fluffy brush. And I'm actually going to go into the powder of the shade Bark. And I'm just going to go on top of that shade to kind of set it. I don't know, what's very interesting about this is that there's like this cream to powder shade and then there's a powder next to it. I'm kind of like wondering like what exactly is the purpose. I just find that it's very interesting that the pomade shade kind of like sets down to a powder and you also have a powder in this palette to where it's kind of like, I kind of wish that there was a formula in here that just was a straight up cream, because it's kind of like essentially you do have two powders, you know what I mean? Like essentially they are two powders. I'm very curious to see how a cut crease would look with this palette, so I'm gonna take this shade called Sandstone, almost like peachy kind of tone, but I'm going to take the Velvet Powder. Oh, why am I doing that? There's no fallout with these. And I'm just going to press this on the lid just to kind of open up the eye a little bit. So far, I've used 3 shades, but of course, I want to use this black for a little bit of liner. So starting off with the Velvet Pomade. Yeah, that black has some pigment to it, which I like. But yeah, I'm just going to basically wing this out. I will say what's nice about the Velvet Pomades is that you don't have to set it with a powder. So the eyes are done. First impressions, I don't know if I'm the target audience for this palette. I just feel like I had to go in with a lot of layers to build up this look. And yes, I get it. It's an everyday neutral palette, but I feel like I was just using a lot of product to get this look to look how it is. So I don't really know about that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about this one. I need to marinate on this one a little bit more, but so far I'm like, I don't know if I would want to reach for this over a regular neutral eyeshadow palette. That's just where I'm at right now in this moment. Let's move on to the face. I don't have a new primer that I got during the sale. I'm just gonna go with my Milk Mattifying Primer. For foundation, I picked up the Dior Forever Glow foundation. I am so faithful to my mattifying foundation from Dior, but I was like, for the winter and the fall, well, no, mainly the winter, I really wanted to get this. For the fall, give me the matte foundation, but for the winter, I just wanted a little bit more of like glass skin. So yeah, and I feel like in the winter, my skin is not as oily as it is during the summer. I am using the BK Beauty 101 brush just to blend this into the skin, and it's not an overly glowy foundation. Like, I just feel like it has like that healthy kind of look to the skin. Still has that coverage, still has that smell that I like. So I'm loving it. Low-key kind of looks matte because I put on that matte primer, but it still has like a little bit, of a glow to the skin. I do have a new brush. This is the Patrick Ta contour brush. So I'm gonna use it with my Danessa Myricks, which is, I think this is the Contour Balm in the shade Deep 2. So I'm going to start off with this angled end. So I'm just going to place it here. Placement, perfection, literal perfection. And then I'm just going to, well, I guess I blend it with this side, right? Is that going to work? Or is this strictly for powder? I feel like this side might just be for powder. Oh, I like it for the precision that I get. His brushes really do feel like they are so high quality. So I really like his brushes. They are an investment, but they really do have a lot of weight to them. And I feel like the quality on these brushes are really nice. So I will definitely continue using this, of course. I'm just going to go in to my Made by Mitchell curve case. I love this. This is my obsession. It's not from Sephora, but hello, we're using it today. I'm going to tap into my new F4 brush specifically for this. I'm just going to take the Shade and Laid, and I'm just going to kind of like bronze up the face a little bit. Just adding a tiny dab of some bronzeness to the skin. This is definitely my favorite brush from Makeup by Mario. So if you've been eyeing one of his brushes, the F4 brush is my favorite. This is the one that I do recommend first, you know, if you're eyeing all his brushes. Now, I really want to use a Patrick Ta blush because I want to use his new blush brush, and I just want to see what it's working with. So I pulled out a bunch of his blushes and his blush palette. So I think for this neutral look, any blush would work. We have She's Wanted, which is definitely one that I'm thinking about going into today. And then we also have She's Baked, which is a really beautiful burnt terracotta. And then we have She's Giving, which is like Barbie pink. I don't know if this is the vibe. Today, it's not the vibe, so we're gonna do She's Wanted because I love She's Wanted. Plus, this is one of his newest ones. If you've been eyeing this for the sale, I wanted to show this. So we're gonna go in with the cream first. It hurts me to dirty up a new brush, but ooh, okay. Placement, really nice. Really, really nice. And I feel like this is a little bit dense, but not too, like, it's not too flimsy and it's not too dense to where you really can pack on that cream and blend it. So I like that. Really, really like this brush. So I'm just kind of like building it up, but I keep forgetting that this is just the cream. So I shouldn't go too ham because I'm going to go in with the powder when we set everything. I like how dense this is and how it blends out the product, but I just hate dirtying up new brushes. I just hate it. I hate it. Okay, concealer. So I picked up two, but today I'm gonna use the LYS concealer since a lot of you wanted to see me use this particular concealer. I picked up the shade DN3. I have tried this because I was so excited. And spoiler alert, you guys, it's good. It's really good. It's thinner in consistency, but it covers, okay? This covers and it brightens. Concealer brush that I got that's new. I got the new Haus Labs concealer brush. Love this brush. I have been using it. I did spot clean it before this video. So we are going to use this today. I just love how dense this is. I am going to go in with my sponge though, just to kind of like blend it in. Under eyes is the best part. Just look at how thin this is, but it still covers. I really like this concealer. I can't believe it's taken me this long to try this concealer. How long ago did this concealer come out? Because it is like crazy that it's taken me this long. And also, do you see how nice this concealer brush is? It just blends out everything flawlessly. And then I'm just going to take my sponge and go over that. You definitely can go in with a lot of layers of the concealer, but I just wanted to show you how one layer looks. And I'll probably go in with a second layer, but I don't feel like I need to. This is really pretty. Look at how that concealer just looks sunk into the skin. Like it just melted. Let's build it up a little bit with one more layer just under the eyes. I feel like I found probably like one of my new favorite concealers because that's how good this is for every day. Now we can set the under eyes. We're gonna set it with the Dominique Cosmetics translucent setting powder. So pretty, and this does set really beautifully with the setting powders that I've used with it. That is a flawless under eye. That looks so good. Oh my gosh. Taking the powder side, just gonna tap into it like this and then just tap to blend because this is how I saw Patrick does it. Wow, this side is a lot like more flimsy and like fluffy. So, ooh, yeah, I like how soft this side of the brush makes the blush look. It's gonna give you like an airbrush kind of finish to the skin, which is really pretty. We can sit here all day and apply blush. It's definitely one of my favorite brush purchases from him. I think if I had to choose just one, the nose contour, the blush brush, or the contour brush, I like this. You guys know I love blush. For bronzer, you guys know the drill. Make Beauty bronzer in the shade Stellar. I think I'm just gonna use the contour brush. Oh yeah, that is perfection. Perfection. Ooh, wow. I definitely think his brushes are one of my favorite purchases from the sale. I like how this brush is angled, so I can still kind of like bronze in the socket. I might as well go in with his nose contour brush too while I'm at it. In case you've been eyeing this brush, I love this nose contour brush as well. And I'm just going to blend it up into my eye look, which is what I always do. Time for MAC Fix Plus to melt all this together. This is a step I cannot skip when I'm doing my makeup. For my lower lash line, I just went in with the black shade. I went in with both formulas and smudged it out and put some mascara on. Now for the lips, for the lip liner, I am going to go into the Sephora Collection lip liner in the shade Molasses. I really like this lip liner from Sephora Collection. I think it's really nice. Now I have two lippies I would like to go into. I'd like to use the Amicole lip oil and this, but I feel like this is the Candy Glaze. Did wear this at my first Sephora haul, so I might not wear that. I think I might go in with this cranberry shade because it's so pretty and it's new. And I think it'll look really pretty with this blush. So I don't know why I keep calling it a cranberry shade. It looks like cranberry, but it's called Romance. And I don't usually wear red lips, but this is pretty with that brown lip liner. It's giving cherry cola lips. Ooh, that is pretty. So here is the finished makeup look. I like how my makeup turned out today. It's not super flat. I feel like it still has that glow to the skin, which I think is really pretty. I did set my makeup with the Beauty Blender setting spray, my current favorite setting spray right now. I love it. It's so good. And then I also went in with my Dior highlighter palette, which for a little bit of glow. Let's recap the new products that I tried today, starting off with the Danessa Myricks Groundwork Neutrals palette. So honestly, I am happy that I tried out this palette, but I don't think this is for me. As much as I love Danessa Myricks, I don't think this is a palette for me. I feel like I'm working a little bit too hard to really get the colors to build up. And I get it. It is a neutral palette, but I personally would have just loved if she just came out with a regular eyeshadow palette. Points for innovation and creativity, of course. I love that she doesn't do what's already on the market, but I don't feel like this is a usable palette for everyone to enjoy. And I love Danessa Myricks. I know she's a makeup artist at the end of the day, and I've loved literally just about everything she's come out with. But for me, this palette is just not it, and that's okay. Definitely feel like this eye look I can totally get with other palettes in my collection, like the Makeup by Mario, the new Patrick Ta palette, or my Kylie Cosmetics Classic Neutrals palette. Like, I can get this eye look with other palettes. I definitely have created this eye look with other palettes. Everyone is different. I've seen people love this. I've seen people not like this. And I was like, you know what? I want to try it for myself to get my own formulated opinion and thoughts on this. And for me, where I just was like, this is not a palette I'm going to reach for, is when I went in with this first shade Harvest and I built it up like with 8 layers just to get pigment to show up. Same thing with the other shades I used. The only shade that I felt like was super pigmented on the first go around was the black and this really light shade because it's really light. It just isn't for me, but I would say if you've been eyeing this palette, because there's so many mixed reviews, get it for yourself to try it out for yourself. Hopefully my application was helpful with helping you make a decision on if you want the palette or not. I love this foundation. I love the matte version. Happy to have the glow just because I want something that's not a little bit flat for the winter, and I like that natural glow that's coming through with the makeup. The Patrick Ta contour brush, really like this. I think this is going to come in handy. I love that now that I'm getting all these double-sided brushes, I love that it's going to make packing my makeup for travel that much more easier because hello, I got 2-in-1 right here. I got my bronzer, got my cream. Like, I'm good to go. Same thing with this blush brush. I freaking love this brush. It is everything that I was hoping it was gonna be. I love the side for creams. I love how fluffy this side is because it really does give the brush a kind of like airbrushed kind of look and effect to the skin. I really, really like it. Also really love the Sephora Collection lip liner. It's like the perfect consistency. I love the lip combo today. And you guys know I love the Ame Cole lip oils. I like this cranberry kind of shade. Perfect for winter. Perfect with this blush that I have on today. So I'm really happy with that. Oh, the LYS concealer. Yeah, that, I don't know where it is. This table's so dirty. The LYS concealer, love this concealer. It looks beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I cannot believe it's taken me this long to try this. And this is going to be a go-to for every day. I really love this. So the Sephora sale is still happening right now. If you see anything that you like, everything is going to be listed and linked down below in the description for easy access if you want to shop any of these products. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hope it was helpful, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.